Those divided will not survive. What is to come?
Something unusual is happening in the World of Warcraft community. It's not just the usual critics this time, the people who normally defend Blizzard's writing, the ones who spend every expansion making excuses and telling everyone to wait for the full picture. Even they are starting to sound done. Taliesin and Evitel called the handling of Zul'jan the least interesting thing they could have done with him. Other creators who spent the first months of Midnight talking about how the story was actually better this time
Yes.
are now calling the patch a detour, filler, and predictable. And this week, the Venomous Abyss raid ending cinematic dropped. Within hours, the reaction was already settled. People weren't shocked, they were just tired. The only interesting character of the expansion killed off exactly the way everyone predicted. Of course, with zero connection to Xal'atath and the sister who was always going to be proven right standing over him. When even the smiling ones start turning, pay attention. Look at the complete arc they wrote for this character. An ancient sealed power. A bitter younger brother who feels passed over. A manipulative spirit whispering that he doesn't have to stay in his sister's shadow. And months later, we get the raid ending. Suljan is defeated, transformed, loses his hair to the Norwood Reaper, and dies. No real connection to Xal'atath. Zero structural consequences for the Void, just another inconvenient male character neutralized so the safe cooperative friendship is magic path can proceed unchallenged.
For a modern gaming audience.
This is the exact same storytelling muscle that produced Rings of Power, turning a sword into a key for Mount Doom. Big mythic language with almost no real weight underneath it. Just a convenient lever that ends exactly where the soft, modern writing always ends. The difficult male character is dealt with, and the supposed emotional lesson is delivered. Of course, this is not an isolated failure. It is this same soft, modern writing style that has been spreading like an infection across fantasy and big budget storytelling for years. Look at House of the Dragon Season 3. A story that should be raw, brutal, and power-driven keeps getting filtered through emotional processing and invented interpersonal drama. Characters monologue about their feelings in the middle of a civil war. The hard edges are repeatedly softened on purpose.
Oh, you can smell the shit from 5 miles away.
And you see the same instinct in Star Wars Outlaws. A game that should feel dirty, dangerous, instead gives you characters who talk and react like modern people processing modern emotions. The writing is safe, low stakes, and constantly smoothed out. It is the same pattern. Hard conflict is treated as something that needs to be softened. Characters are written to process rather than act. Mythic or dangerous material is run through a filter that prioritizes emotional accessibility over weight. And World of Warcraft just did it with Suljan. The language changed, the soft modern sensibility did not. Suljan could have been one of the most interesting new characters Midnight introduced. He had an edge, a clear worldview. The community, of course, saw the villain batting coming from the moment he appeared. People spent months asking Blizzard not to do the obvious tired Blizzard thing.
No. Wait.
And then they did the obvious tired Blizzard thing anyway.
Welcome home, such as it is.
The reaction was immediate and consistent. What a horrible cinematic and story. Even some of the more progressive voices are calling it out. Creators who normally defend the writing are openly calling it a waste. Players who previously said they were among the World Soul Saga's strongest defenders are now saying they can no longer defend it. When the people who make the excuses start sounding tired of making them, the problem has moved past the fringe. The room is finally turning. Curse of Ula'tek is not an anomaly. It is current day made visible. Soft, therapeutic, emotionally legible writing that keeps choosing the safest version of every conflict and then acts surprised when the audience stops caring.
You serious?
When the defenders start looking for the exit, the narrative hasn't just slipped, it has lost the room entirely. They introduced an interesting character, spent the patch on him, and then killed him off exactly the way everyone predicted, with almost no connection to the actual threat of the expansion. The smiling ones are starting to notice, and that should tell you more than any single cinematic. What do you think? Is this just another weak patch, or are you still holding out for 12.2? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the Kobold's Cave.
I am a monument to